Just get down here, baby. Man, everybody down here. We gonna miss the bus. Just get down here, all right? No, that wasn't my beeper. Man, I don't know, somebody else's. Just get down here, all right? All right, all right.
Yo, this the Sizzler with the weather. As if you didn't know, this heat wave got us crazed. Keeps getting hotter on the blotter. But while you frying out there, you gotta know I'm trying in here. Trying to keep you cool, my brothers and sisters. Playing those frosty, cold, refreshing jams. All day, every day. Stay cool on the street, peeps. Beat that heat any way you can.
Sound of my damn dogs barking, bro. And I'm not talking about my feet. You know how people always say, "Oh, that your dogs are barking," and they're talking about like their feet are like hurting or whatever. That's some weak ass shit I gotta hear. Markets were closed today. Bond market was open. Didn't really matter. So with the markets being closed, we're going to talk about a couple of things. There were some things out here that we needed to talk about. One of the things is that even though we're paying attention to our investments, right? You might look at it on a plus and minus, and maybe you track your investment based off of if you're up or down. A lot of idiots do. A lot of people look at their account every day and they wonder why they don't understand about investing because, you know, having digital banking, I didn't have digital banking, online banking for years. And I did really well financially because even if you have digital finance, like, you know, you have a banking app and you can pull up to see your total, see your balance, is that going to make it go up? No. Is it going to stop it from going down? No. But for whatever reason, people check their bank account every day. Additionally, people check their brokerage account every day to see if it's moved one way or the other. No. You see, none of that matters to me. I'm not in a race to lose it or to make it or to gain it. I'm putting money away into a savings account, my brokerage account. And, you know, I've put a healthy amount, $59,326. That's a good little cash amount that you can put away, but you put it away and you don't come back to it till you need it. And maybe you live your life where you don't need it, or you live your life and you do just enough to forget it and set it, forget it. And, you know, maybe you're doing it like, you know, I'm trying to be the most responsible, fiscally conservative individual I could be. But I'm curious as to what people do on days like today when the market's not open and everything's just frozen. It's like a weekend. This is the longest weekend of your life. What would I do? I went out and tried to learn some things that were happening because aside from paying attention to markets up or down, right, ebb and flow of markets, I wanted to pay attention to geopolitical events and what they mean to me personally. I'm going to give you an example, okay? And this way you guys can understand my mindset this weekend going into Easter weekend. By the way, congratulations to you and your families for Good Friday, which is today. I'll answer some questions, Tone Rod. Just give me a second as I get this out for you. Here's my thing. I saw a headline that rocked my world. The headline stated and said that Pete Hegseth, our Secretary of War, which you guys would know as the Secretary of Defense in the past, our Secretary of War fired 3 generals, 4-star generals. I mean, just to state this, guys, how ridiculous this is. Allegedly, he called our chief of staff, our Army chief of staff, 4-star general, called the head of the chaplain facilities, which if you understand why he called him and fired him as well, I'll tell you why. And then in turn called a TRADOC general or some kind, some type of training general. It didn't matter. They fired all 3 generals yesterday. That means someone's not towing the line. That means in the world of everything, if you guys do not know how much weight a 4-star general has, they make way. You'll see a red carpet. You'll see a 13 cannon gun salute. You'll see flags flying. You'll see everyone at attention for a 4-star general. They fired 3 of them yesterday. They didn't offer them some type of way out or a change of position. No, they relieved them of their duty, of their command. The highest level. What could you do? What would you do as a country? What is it that says to you as a countryman, me as a veteran, when the leader of the army gets fired during a military conflict right now? On my end, I'm not dropping frames at all. I just want you to know that. It's really good on my end. So, let me get this correct. We fired 3 generals the week of military conflicts, in the middle of them. It's like firing your head coach for your football team at halftime of the Super Bowl. And you're winning, allegedly, or at least that's what I was told. Fill up your gas tanks. Call your mom. I'm telling you, this doesn't happen for no reason. Do you know why they get the chaplain involved? Let me tell you something that happened to us as soldiers. When you're in a unit and you don't like what's happening to you, or you don't like the treatment that you're getting, how you're getting treated, you tend to go to the chaplain. You can go to the chaplain, who would be the equivalent of a father, a priest, a pastor, the spiritual leader, and they're an officer in the military. And when the chaplain walks into your unit, says, "Excuse me, Top, excuse me, First Sergeant, you got some soldiers who are feeling," they're like the HR. Chaplains are like the HR of the military. When chaplains walk in, everybody sits up straight and they go, "Okay, we actually got to put our hand on this Bible. Might not want to curse. You might want to be very respectful. Chaplains are the real deal." The head of the chaplains got fired? Maybe, just maybe, and I'm speculating here, but these generals came in and said, "I don't want to put boots on the ground in Iran. I don't want to escalate this war any more than what it is." And you can distract people with rockets to the moon. You can distract people with any headline like firing Pam Bondi. But at the same time that you're anointing a new attorney general for the United States, just happens to be your former lawyer, Mr. President, you're telling me that we're firing career officers in the United States Army. Who's not playing ball? So, can it escalate? Fast. And you know why? There was this thing about a video I just made. I just made a video about Steve Eisman. You guys saw the video, hopefully. Steve Eisman filtering questions on his live stream, and he happened to choose and pick GameStop as the topic, which is bullshit. Steve Eisman is a short seller on Wall Street. Those are his partnerships and his buddies. And now and just so that we're very clear, Steve Eisman got moved out of his investment firm for saying that he was happy about what was happening in Gaza. Okay. As in, let them all burn or something to that effect. I don't even know. I don't want to misspeak on his behalf, but he's not a good speaker when it comes to those events. Very, very inhumane. I don't want to see anyone get hurt. You guys might hate a group of people all over the world. I don't even care to hate people. Hate's such a strong word. I do it over there. If that's your spiritual belief, your cultural belief, that's where you're born and raised, whatever you guys are accustomed to, do it away from me. I'm good. I'm here. I want to protect my land, my property, my family. I just want to live better. But because I've traveled the world. I've been around. I've seen so many different cultures, and not everybody agrees with us, and we don't have to agree with them. But Steve Eisman said some really crazy shit. And now Steve Eisman's out here on full damage control for private equity. His live stream, they come out and they speak things like, it's not a big deal. Private credit's just, they're fibbing. It's a little lie. Private credit's crumbling, guys. So I found a clip that explains it very well from Steve Eisman himself. Shout out to Steve. Hey, I just tore you apart on your one video, but I'm going to give you a little bit of, a little grace here. So let's give Steve some grace here as he talks. Mr. Mark Baum from The Big Short, Steve Carell's character. That is Steve Eisman. Let's see what he has to say about this.
Moving on. More bad news on private credit. Shocking, I know. Monday morning, the Wall Street Journal published a very interesting article about private credit's exposure to the software sector, pointing out that the actual level of exposure is considerably higher than the 25% that has been estimated. By looking through the filings of scores of private credit funds, some commentators have reached that 25% estimate number. They say 25% of all direct lending loans are to software companies, specifically to software companies bought out by private equity from 2018 to 2022. The journal article suggests that there is leeway in how private credit classifies a company as being or not being in the software sector. I call this data massaging. Private credit funds classify software companies that service other sectors, such as healthcare, as being in those sectors as opposed to software. Tomato, tomato. If that isn't data massaging, I don't know what is. The journal looked at four major private credit funds, and found the following. 1. The Blue Owl Credit Income Fund, a $34.8 billion fund, reported 11.6% of its portfolio in software, but the journal found its software exposure at around 21%. 11.6% versus 21%? It's quite a discrepancy. The Blackstone Private Credit Fund, aka BCRED, an $82.5 billion fund, reported 25.7% in software, but the journal found 33% exposure. 3. Ares Capital Corp., a $29.5 billion fund, reported 23.8% exposure, but the journal found nearly 30% exposure. And finally, Apollo Debt Solution Fund, $25.1 billion fund, reported 13.6% software exposure, but the journal found 16% exposure. What conclusion should we draw from this? It's pretty simple. Private credit's exposure to software is so large that the industry wants to massage the data to make it seem smaller. If and when the software industry suffers massive problems because of AI, this will have a huge and negative impact on private credit. Losses could be ugly. Now, do we care if a few private credit funds suffer huge losses? Yes, if it impacts the banks, who may or may not be involved in financing either the equity or the credit behind these deals, take huge write-downs, and if pension funds across the country are invested and take a large hit, and if other entities with retail exposure like life insurance companies are invested and take a large hit as well. The impact will be felt, but more importantly, any sense of trust, safety, and security will be seriously eroded. Once the trust is broken, it's hard to restore. One more point. This software classification story is one more aspect of the opaqueness of private credit. We now know that private credit understates its software exposure. Also, the marks on its portfolio, the value of the loans, is priced by the private credit funds themselves. Now, how reliable is that? There is opaqueness in this industry everywhere you look.
So, if you're listening to what he was saying, Steve was saying that they're understating their exposure, and to just tell it to you the right way, they're lying. They're lying. And we know that. We've known this. How they give themselves value on those same said loans, those same said investments, and they declare the value of them to their investors. It's not a third party, not an independent party. It's them. This is worth $2 billion. Therefore, well, how do we know it's worth $2 billion? Because we said so. And that's what's happening. So people are exposing the truth about private credit slowly. It's going to happen. They're going to be exposed. The longer GameStop rides this out, the more exposed this market is. And we'll get assets for pennies on the dollar, but that's what's happening. We already knew they were exposed to software, but now that's the one thing that everyone's misstating, their exposure to software. And it's all the same players. It's Apollo, it's Ares, it's Carlyle Group, it's Blackstone, it's BlackRock. It's all of them, guys. It's a KKR. It's going to be an upside down world out here. Now, we're going to talk about this guy AT in the chat. AT, for whatever reason, you guys jump on this train of, well, you voted for Trump. Yeah, and I'd vote for Trump again against anyone. Maybe you're not understanding who I don't support. Okay? I don't support your lifestyle, whatever that may be. I'm a traditionalist, yes. I know who the enemy is. I know what they're doing. But I'm not voting for Biden. I never would. I never have. I'm not voting for Kamala Harris. These are the options I have in front of me, yes. Doesn't mean that I agree with everything they do. I believe Trump's a great American. I really do. But additionally, in addition to that, I also think he's a rich guy who uses his position, his influence to help out his buddies. He's on his way out. He's a lame duck president. And he's doing all the things he can to get the next vote. What's the next vote? Well, I don't know what the left's going to do. They have nobody compelling. And they killed Charlie for a reason. Now, you want to state the fact that I've been to a Trump rally. Yeah, let's say it again. The Trump rally was 800 meters from my front door. 1 block away. Half a mile away. Why the hell wouldn't I go? I'd go again. You know what you don't get to do, AT? You don't get to tell any of your friends and family or your grandchildren you've ever been to one. It's a once in a lifetime event. And I would encourage you to do things that are once in a lifetime. You know, like sleep with the girl, kiss one, eat a home-cooked meal, get a job that pays more than minimum wage. These are once in a lifetime things for you. I encourage you to try it. But for me, the reason why I can talk shit about Donald Trump, because I voted for him. That's right. But I'd do it again. Absolutely. Because I appreciate the way he conducts himself against the opposition. No, I don't co-sign with the bullshit we're doing today. Not at all. But I'm benefiting from it. Because when the market crashes, I benefit. My bet is against the market. My bet is GameStop. Don't forget, you watch me. I don't watch you. You guys see that little kid named Carter who hangs out with pee-pee seeds? Write to me, said I'm uneducated. Hey, he said, why don't you have a college degree? Because I didn't want to go into debt. You think I'm not educated? You don't think I'm capable of learning or wasting my money sitting there? I mean, I was at Cal State. I mean, well, I don't know if that means anything. I don't know much. I do have an immense amount of intellect, but hey, what do I know? But hey, all you college guys, all you guys with those college degrees, let me just tell me again, you guys bought Bed Bath & Beyond? Then he goes, and I have 1,000 shares of GameStop. What do you have? I don't know. Read a book. It's called Connect the Dots. Anyway. I thought I was the only one feeling nauseated looking at Eisman. Hey, he looks terrible. He looks absolutely terrible, like he's on his last leg. Watch his video just a few weeks ago. His private equity buddy said the private equity credit issues were overblown with Steve agreeing with them. Oh, yeah, all these guys agree. They think they can overlook this shit. They can't. Guys, it's everywhere. There's signs everywhere. If you're looking, when you're looking at the Apollo Intel deal, when you're looking at Apollo and Athene's deal, when you're looking at Blackstone, what they're doing with gating all of their funds, when you see what happened with Blue Owl, with KKR, guys, it is so real that nobody's really paying attention. Oh, they say it. People look at it. Hey, is there real exposure here? Is there really a problem here? You go ahead and find out for yourself. These guys are looking for cash under couches. They owe it. They owe it to people, and people are coming with the pitchforks. Run on your financial institution, not going to look good for you. KKR and Apollo, Blackstone as well. All three got into the S&P 500 this past year. You want to know why? Try to push it one way. It's not going to help you. There's no collateral on your end. Don't ever question the integrity of someone who is extremely high integrity. There you go. You get to know who you are commenting about before you do. You know. You know, T-Rod. It's just that way. I even had life insurance guy on his podcast who stated that private equity life insurance was 35x over leverage. Phenomenal. I love that. I love when these guys are fully exposed because what's really coming. Guys, you guys want to talk about over leverage? You guys want to talk about all these pension plans, all these endowments, everyone into private equity? You've got to remember what they invested into. They are CoreWeave. They are on the plus side of the investment side of NVIDIA, of the other one, Palantir. So when I ask you, who's buying Tesla at 250 PE? Who's buying Palantir at 500 PE? These guys are. All of them. They're guaranteed to pump these tech companies. Well, the software companies that they all developed to be on the outside, it's like the dot-com bubble, guys. And the dot-com bubble days of 2000 and 2001, all you had to do was put .com at the end of your company name, and everybody came and bought it. Everybody, you raised valuation. Everybody was able to get money invested. They ran because .com, it doesn't matter if it's pets.com, if it's candy.com. It didn't matter. You got money. Do you know what you have to do today? You put AI on the end of anything or the beginning of something. AI, AIX, XAI, OpenAI. Yeah, do that shit. Everybody comes running with their dollars. So what do these guys do? They go develop companies, SPACs and mergers and acquisitions and go public and bullshit. What was CoreWeave before it was ever what it is today? It was a crypto company. Yeah, we know what the vehicles are and how they changed them. And all they did was just throw money into it, allow money to come to it, and they're just circulating the same fund. They think they can fake the whole world out. Nah, the internet tried this. Guys, the internet tried this. And then it collapsed on itself. That's why AOL didn't work. That's why Yahoo didn't work. That's why, who was the main one? It was Cisco didn't work. None of it was going to work. Get overvalued, get crumbled, come back down, be humbled. That's what's happening. Marantz AI Inc. Yeah, I'm good, bro. Just getting the kid ready for bed, then crank up some Jameson and hear what the man has to say. I ain't got much to say, bro. Today was my day off here on the markets. But I'm going to go play some World of Warcraft. I got to take the wife out later in a couple of hours. Man, I got Easter this weekend. I got the whole family coming. It's going to be awesome. You enjoy your time with your family this weekend, guys. Tell them everything GameStop is. If you haven't bought them a book, buy them a book. Hey, if you got somebody you care about, this is not a thing where I'm going to make, guys, I make $5.39 for every book I sell. Do you understand? Here, let me show. I don't mind sharing this with you guys at all. Okay. I want to show you guys something. My account. I'm going to pull it up on the screen. Don't worry. My stores, my projects. Sorry. My projects, sales and payments. Here we go. I want to show you guys something. This is my book. It's called Connect the Dots. I have made so far, right now, what they have left to pay me is $147. Book that took 4 years to write, publish, all the above. How much do I make per book? It's the third. Somebody bought 7 copies today. I want to thank you in advance, but I made $37. I make $5.39 per copy. So how many copies do I got to sell before I make any money whatsoever? I make $5. Guess what? $5 at a time. I'm telling you now, buy the book. Not for me, but for you. Buy the book. Buy it for someone. Educate them. Go read this thing front to back. Find out what's really happening with finance in this country. Why GameStop is going to win, why it's so successful, and what you have to look forward to. The book tells you exactly that. I've already told you this, but it's not about you learning about private equity. It's not about you learning about Ryan Cohen versus the private equity firms. That's not what I'm doing here. I want you to educate other people. How many times have you guys gone to someone and go, you know what? I want you to watch Marantz Rantz. And then they come here and they go, what the hell's he talking about, man? This guy's been on, look, he has 5,000 videos. He has over 1 million hours viewed. Everybody watches. It's crazy. He did 1 million minutes last month. Viewed. Isn't that crazy? It means people are watching, right? Okay, check this out, guys. They don't want to watch. They don't have time to watch. It's so much. What are the guys? I've seen a live stream from you every day this week, Marantz. Chances are people missed one of the shows. Or 2 or 3. The book is the whole damn channel. Connect the Dots is the whole channel in one. You get the gist, you get the bulk, you can digest it so that when you do watch the show, you're educated. But I do my best. Just got 3 more books in the mail. Well, I have to work on getting books tomorrow to, who do I have to get books to? I know I have to get books to someone. Is it Derek? Derek, without a doubt, Derek. I owe Derek however many books. I have 3 left. I have 3 brand new copies left on me. Other than that, I got to order more. That cost me $5 a piece, me personally. So I got to send them out to Derek and I got to do my thing. But I have 3 that I want to send to him. I signed a couple books too that I had to send to people, but keep reading. My business partner finally pulled the trigger after years of talking about GameStop. He finally bought 5 G's worth. Well, good job, Aaron. Good job. Any word on the hardback copy? Michael, yes. I have all the words of the book, but according to my editor, you guys know him, his name's Trove. Trove said that there was a mistake on something that formatting that he wanted to fix. And I said, that's fine. So I have to reformat. And then to do it on the hardback, it's a bigger book. It's not small, it's bigger. So the paperback is smaller than this. The paperback's probably like this big. So it's like a handheld book. This is the actual hardback. So I have the prototype. I have it all here, the bulk of it, what we're doing. But the real stuff is it has to get reformatted, one part. So I'll get it done though. I've just been busy, man. Marantz, I was laughing with my wife about the story you said the other day about the peach drink you drink in the dark. You're hilarious, my man. Yeah. My employees today. I said, hey, boss. I said, yeah, what's up? He goes, I really think that you could do an open mic night. I was like, what? He goes, just the way you say things. This is hilarious. We were talking about some stuff. And I was like, well, thank you. Open mic night. Never really thought about that. Open mic. No, I walk up there. What would I say? I don't know. There's nothing to talk about. I'm just a normal guy. I'm just you. Well, I'm going to get going. I'm going to go play some World of Warcraft. If you guys need some music on the way out, I got you. GameStop. Can't stop, won't stop. GameStop. I'll see you around, millionaires. Enjoy your Easter. Hold up. Tone, I forgot all about it, Tone. So give me a second, okay? You had a question for me? Hold on. Let me go back to it. Man, it might have gone away already. Let me see. Hold on. What's up? Derek's here. My people are here. Jesus is the way. Okay, Tone, here we go. Marantz, can you talk about company buyouts? And would we need to buy out the whole company or would we control and invest? No, that's the biggest thing that we were talking about. Like if you if you heard the guy or the girl who was like adamant about that's just a reverse Morris, blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't give a shit, right, about what it is. A lot of people know that for these merging companies, a lot of people, you have to have 51% of the company to reverse out of it, basically. And so they back themselves out. GameStop doesn't have to commit themselves that way. I already told everyone how they could do this. You can do a lot of things. You can do a proof and show, right? As in, this is what people don't understand because they're so fixated on black and white, or this is the way things are done. They don't think outside the box. I'm going to give you an example, okay? For those of you guys that don't know. Let's just say you're running a company and your employees clock in and out, and that's all they do. That's their only option in life. And then one employee comes to you and says, my mom's sick, and I'm trying to do FMLA, and I'm trying to be with her, and I can't because I can't afford to be, to take this time off to take care of her. So you as an employer, you get to do something that's right for that employee. You say, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and tailor make a program for you. So instead of you just clocking in and out, I'm going to go ahead and have you come into work 1 hour a day to go ahead and get all the, all your direction, whatever you need. And then I'll have you work from home. I'll go ahead and give you I'll go ahead and give you a telephone. I'll make sure you have a computer at home with all the programs. You have full access. I'm going to allow you to go ahead and slave into the computers here at work. We'll use a program for that. Additionally, if you have a quiet workplace so that you can answer the phones and it still be a respectful environment, we're going to do that too. Just make sure you answer the calls from X, Y, and Z. Put yourself on Do Not Disturb when you got to tend to your mom, but I'm going to allow you to work from home, and we're going to make sure you still get paid. You're still available to your family, and we're going to do that. We're going to tailor make a program for you. What? Wait a minute. We're not just clocking in and out? No. We're going to do something that no one's thinking about. We're going to go outside the box. You see, this is what employers do or should do. This is the way business should run. There should be no limits to what you want to do or what you could do or should do for your people. Let's go ahead and go back to that for mergers and acquisitions. So many people are just so fixated on, do you buy this cash? Do you buy it with leverage? And I said, no, wait a minute. Couldn't you go to a company and say, excuse me, hi, I have a playbook. I know exactly, I have a blueprint on how you should run this business and fix it and mold it and switch it. Just follow me. And if I'm correct, if I'm the consultant to you, then go ahead and give me some equity within this. Maybe I earned my equity with you. Oh, you don't think you could earn something? You don't think that's what consultants do? You don't think consultants come through and get paid massive amounts of money because you have this leadership team that gives you direction on how to do things? You don't think GameStop can do that? They can't take on the identity of being a consulting group, yet do it better than Boston Consulting Group or do it any other way in these capital markets? You see, this is what I'm talking about. There are ways to change the world when you think outside of just X and Y. And that's what happens here. People are telling me that they should buy brick and mortar companies. They should merge with this gaming company. They should go ahead and get this retail company. They're not understanding who Ryan Cohen really is. So I wish you all the best of luck of trying to pick and choose what GameStop's going to do. I just know how I would give them value. I just saw him turn around a monster against all odds, against the world. While everyone's against him, he just did it. What's that worth to you? Failed company with sleeping management teams. What's that worth to you? A GameStop corporation that's a consulting group that can come in and change your life and make value and profit off of it and merge and acquisite and do all the rest of it. What's it worth to you? I hope that educated you guys enough. I can't do it all. I can't run everybody's business, just my own. Oh, hey, by the way, Fast Eddie, you're E. Andretti, right? You're E. Andretti? I'm hoping you are because I'm looking at the picture. And E. Andretti, I'm pretty sure it's you because we've talked before. You asked me to watch a different YouTuber because he had some info. Absolutely not, because that guy, I gave him viewers, subscribers. I told everybody to go over there and watch him, and he called me a con man, and he said that I'm just I don't know what he said about me. He said a lot of shit about me that he shouldn't have said, because he wouldn't have one bit of a community without this community. That's exactly what it is. Yeah, Jeremy shit on this show and the info we give in his very first live stream. He didn't know how to contain himself. Now look who he is. You'll never see me support that individual and what he's doing because he is the ultimate comment that you're not thinking about. You be careful about guys like this who are financial bros, because when you do make your money and you do get wealth and value into GameStop, you're going to see when they present a different avenue on how to spend it. That will never be me. Do what you do. I'll keep doing what I do. What am I doing? Saving the world. One view at a time. GameStop. Can't stop, won't stop, GameStop. You know who I am, millionaires. I'll see you around. Oh, let's get the music back going. I got you, pimp. Strictly. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Ain't it funkin' now? Ain't it funkin' now? Ain't it funkin' now? Ain't it funkin' now? Sweet lips, while I'm on the air. Now bend over my body and rub your fingers through my hair. Your mouth run like water, a very beautiful sight. Now put on my favorite group, they call themselves Delight. Check it out. Ain't it funky now? Check it out. Excite my receptors and make my electrodes through. With an overpowering magnetic field, I wish to satisfy your dreams. And with an enormous rhythm pulsating, girl, you've got to scream. Pass me that bottle, baby. Yeah. Rap on, baby. Check it out. Ain't it funky now?
Got a deal you wanna know. Delightful, truly delightful. Making it, doing it, especially at a show. Feeling kinda high like a